Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. Happy Monday morning. All right, I'm going to add music. Last night we discussed why there's musical problems going on, and we're going to fix these problems. Or there's nothing we can do to fix the problems, so we're just going to continue on. So, setting up for the morning. A little late this morning getting organized and set up, and so we're running a little behind on everything, you might have noticed. Started a smidge late. That's fine. Adding in all the text on here. I think maybe a little concerned about this guy here. Because I've got better spec here, and I was looking at better spec and whether better spec should be standing here or not, whether I should even worry about it. I think the answer is yes, I should be worried about it. I should just leave him there. He's in this discussion, so I should just set this window for down here, which is what we're going to do. Nope. If you in there we go. So what I did here was I used the shift command with the control point tool used. I used the shift command to give me a plus. You see the plus in the, it's very hard to see. You can see how my cursor here is changing. It's adding a little plus. When I did that, add the control point in. That allows me to give just a little bit of distortion to the bubble, just a hair bit of distortion, which allows me to pull that bubble out. Okay, so I'm able to make this more not an ovoid, but more of a rounded issue or a rounded thing, just a little bit better off. Okay, so feeling a little bit more like we're getting closer and closer to fixing this. But now that we've done this, we can do this, right? Where we set all of the bubbles in the places that we want them to be, right? Okay, so that's where we're at now. For right now, though, I'm going to turn them off because I don't want them to be in the actual picture, so I don't have to worry about them at the moment. So that I can finish inking the picture, which is usually the way I want to do it. Last night we talked about how Ken wants to start doing things in a different way, which is helping him get further along on this. And that makes some sense. I already do that technique, mostly because it fits my style better, and I think it's going to fit his style better too, and I think he's going to like that. I feel like he's going to be doing a better job internally. So but typically I can't actually do that step like he was doing, because for me, I need to make sure my maquettes fit and the 3D models fit really well. So because he's an AI, he doesn't actually have RC thrusters because all of it's artificial anyway. So what I'm doing is I'm just extending his emergency stripes all the way down. Excuse me. And in fact, I'll put it on my to-do list to fix the maquette, because it occurs to me that I will go to sleep someday while drawing and not remember that I'm supposed to cross all these things. So I better go on ahead and fix the maquette. This is better specs. Back appendage. Let's get behind him there. So 2 of the races wear uniforms that are not real. For example, he doesn't have those. The AIs, in this case, like him, they just make their uniform match so that they're uniform. That's the point of the uniform. Right? So he has this wild hair with like a pompadour sort of thing going for him, which I like, and that's why I keep using this 3D model, because it makes his hair look the same every time. I don't know if we will ever discuss aliens that conform on the human ships for human, understandings and things like that. But like, here is a Najor, and the Najor just take a shape that fits human sensibilities for the human's benefits as well. And really, honestly, if you talk about this in the meta way, the humans sort of decide the shape of things in their area, and really, well, I'm not thinking, I'm drawing and not speaking correctly. I apologize. I'm gonna try again. The real reason that everybody takes a human shape is because that way it's easier for the reader, you, to understand. Some I'm willing to do a couple of things that are very alien. Like, for example, we have the Najor here, or the Shakrana. These guys are really like big three-legged puppies, right? We could probably just accept them as they are, as three-legged puppies. But the truth is, it's hard to take an accurately alien, a real alien. It's hard to understand them and to identify with them. It's not impossible. We're going to be doing it with the Shakrana all the time. So it's not like it's completely impossible. Just difficult. And, it's easier when we get into real emotion. It's a lot easier for us to emote with a human who's looking shocked or looking whatever, confused or things like that. I don't have to. Actually, I'm theorizing and I'm wondering about something that I haven't thought of before. But I'd be willing to bet that when everybody says, and there's a lot of school of thought that says you can't do a story with aliens that are too alien because people will not emote with the aliens. And so I'm actually wondering if part of the reason people say that is because it's for the writers, not for the readers. Thinking about this, part of the reason why I made my captain human was because it's difficult when the heavy load of emotion and things like that falls on a character. I don't want to have to explain everything, right? When a Shakrana's eye stalks are down, he's mad. When they're together or crossed, he's confused. Or, you know what I mean? Like, come up with a language for these aliens that you'll have to learn one step at a time, which you as the reader might actually be entirely on board with, might be fascinated with, might find interesting. I wonder if maybe that old saying is there because what they really mean is no one wants to write that, not no one wants to read that. Legitimately, I'm here to write my story. I have a story to tell, and there's a certain amount of concession on both sides. I'm not compromising my story for my readers. You're going to read the story that I want to write because I'm operating on the theory of write what you think is cool, and the people who also think it's cool will join. So if you don't think it's cool, that's fine, you don't join, and there's no issue there. There's no problem. If you think it's cool, then you and I are in synchronicity, and we both think it's cool, and therefore I write what's cool, and you read what's cool. All works. But the other conceit is this: I don't decide not to do something because it's hard, right? If that's part of what we need to do as a story, I write it. So that's the part that goes on your side of the contract. I don't write, I write what we want to read, and I don't back away because it's hard. Good morning, Brent. It's all right, Brent. You're good. This isn't class. You are more than welcome to be late, my friend. So yeah, I was having a realization, Brent, that I think the classic "don't ever draw unhuman aliens" sort of trope isn't about the readers; it's about the writers. That's what I'm thinking now. The more I think about this, the more I'm kind of that opinion. The writers don't want to draw or try to have to figure out how to make aliens that are truly alien. Oh, I appreciate that, my friend. I do appreciate that. This is one of those panels where there's a zillion people in it, and there are people everywhere, and I have to draw all the people. So, anyway, it's what I was coming to the conclusion of. Whoa, too much. Was that I think um, I think people, the writers, don't want to have to figure out how to translate an emotion. And I mean, to some degree, I am making that same conceit because I didn't make a Shakrana captain. I didn't make a Najor captain. My captain is a human, so that I can make it easy for her to go or or you know what I mean, like the shorthand we use that she's upset or she's mad or she's happy or she's ecstatic, or I don't need to explain that when the eye stalks are like this, then she's happy, or when the eye stalks are like this, she's confused, or when they're like this, or I don't have to make a translation sheet for you. What I was saying was, I think a lot of people would be fascinated if there was a Shakrana language, a Shakrana, um, a Shakrana body language that we ultimately learn over the duration. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of fun. So. Just something to think about. Mhm. Exactly. That's what I was thinking too, was once we've established the world and established everything, I can then add in a Shakrana admiral, like you were saying, or some other aspect of the story where you have one of these aliens, and what now that you've dealt with Gunny Betterspec through some of these stories, you now know when a Shakrana is dismayed, or when a Shakrana is chagrined, or whatever, because it's all going to be in that eye stalk thing. And so you'll know it by then, and you'll be able to, validate that in your head. Mhm. We still don't have the Jacine in here at all. In fact, all of the Jacine have, except for that Jacine in the very beginning, there have been no sightings of Jacine anywhere. So I'm going to make a Jacine nurse for that last scene, just so that we have another Jacine in here. Oh, weird. They don't have any speaking parts in this particular episode, but that's okay. There's only so many characters you can put in the very beginning, and we have to introduce all of the humans and stuff. Last night, I put in some phenomenal technobabble in here. I'm very proud of it. I agree. I think it'd be awesome for him to evolve into something bizarre as time goes on. I think that would be awesome. It'd be kind of like, for him, it's like dyeing his hair. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing big at all. I could make him the dragon. I mean, he could be anything he wants. There's no conservation of mass. Although I've got to admit, that was what I was talking about before, was how everybody has a conceit here on the ship, that they are all wearing human uniforms to make the humans feel better or whatever. Internally, that was the conceit. Story-wise, the truth is, it's weird to have everybody all out of uniform in a military ship as an expectation of who we all are. We expect them to be in uniform of some sort. So we're going to make the conceit that there's a certain amount of expectation about the alien wearing human-style uniforms. Because, I mean, there's a Najor at the helm back here who's obviously in uniform. And it occurred to me that the Najor and the AIs both don't need to be wearing a human uniform at all. And I think of this as I draw their emergency stripes on their uniforms, where, I mean, like we were saying that last night, if a Najor gets blown out into space, his emergency stripes are only bright orange as long as he's conscious and can think about making his skin forms do their things. The moment he loses consciousness, he will stop being able to think about his uniform, and those colors will all fade to gray. And as soon as they do, the emergency stripes mean nothing. So what we've decided is the Najor have to wear a harness that is an emergency stripe harness, effectively. Because otherwise, as soon as they become unconscious, as everybody does when pushed out into space, except for Chakrana, which lived on the surface of a moon and evolved on the surface of a moon. With the exception of the Chakrana, any creature that's blown out into space will lose consciousness. Oh, there you go. He just keeps changing from season to season. That's not a bad idea either. Let's see if everybody's watertight. Not quite. Oh, maybe. No. Okay. I guess I didn't save this last night because this needs to be so. There we go. Let's see again if everybody's watertight. Looks pretty good, actually. And we'll double check. See if everybody seals up nice. We didn't do... Yeah, we got a couple little problems at the bottom, but nothing major. Major. We're still missing Chang's face. So I will go ahead and do that real quick. But other than that, I think that's not a problem. I think we are solid here. Kind of amazing in and of itself. This is one of those, how does she see with that huge lock of hair in her face? Like any good anime character, how do you see with all that hair in your face? There we go. Bring this up. Excellent. Go here. We'll clear some of the stuff that's not supposed to be here. We like Mayral's hair, which is always a little bit of a problem child. And then I will go and get a white brush. We'll clean up things like here, here, and here. So you don't see that on the outside. No problem. And then I'll fix this in a minute. That's actually kind of one of the reasons why I like giving him this huge pompadour at the moment, is because it's funny. All right. We need to bring up the... Surfing over the wall. Because that's behind all of these guys. We're going to put all this behind you. Because that's out here. Okay, like that. And then we turn those on. There we go, all the dialogue's in. So let's go ahead and put in the dialogue bubble balloon tails on these. We'll start with all right, Ensign. We only have one. That's not it. What the heck? Spline. Can we tell that we have reconfigured this now? We're just trying to get this polyline in. Pretty decent, at least somewhat. I'm going to switch to ICER ball is set. I feel like we've got, with the tail, I'm going to remember to keep it out of Better Spec's eye. So Better Spec's got keep his eyes so that we can see him. And this one's going to be hard because this one then is a little bit more complicated because we want this bubble to be going up to her, right? But we want to make sure that it's not covering too much of the art. In reality, it's hard for this one because we don't want to cover up Better Spec's eyes. We don't want to cover up a lot of these characters, but we also need to make sure that this bubble makes some logical sense as to why it's coming from Bennett. She's giving a first officer order. Right. And there's all of our techno babble. All right, so we've got this wonderful techno babble scene where they all chatter and yammer. What I will do is go here and just take the white. Quick fix. So, alrighty. Up here. So that took a little longer than an hour to do that particular panel. So that was a little bit more complicated. We don't have a lot of those, so that's not so bad. All right. Just go on here and doing this. Kind of cooking along. That's where we are. All right. I think we're close enough that we can actually see the patch here. Not usually close enough for me to decide to put that detail in, but I feel like we are here. His uniform is also perpetually sealed, even though it's not ever really sealed. Look at that. Oh, he has a hand. And we didn't put that in. It's got a hand. I kind of want to reserve the dragon, though, for you when we get to that stage. Fright? Is it Friday yet? Ugh. Actually, I have to work this week, so this is going to be one of those weeks. I work on Wednesday and Thursday, so I won't be here Wednesday and Thursday. I don't know whether Brian will or not. I don't know whether he will or not. We'll have to see. So, speaking of, I'm going to make sure that. So, Hone got in here a couple of, like on Thursday of last week or Wednesday of last week and said, help, and then disappeared. I don't even know how to help Hone if I could. But it is kind of disturbing that I have not seen hide nor hair of Hone since. I mean, I get it. You know, we are young, and young people have lots of random, bizarre traumas all the time. I don't think we need that. I think we're going to go the other direction here and just do this. Sure. Right. After going through all that trouble to go through and correct that hand, I'm going to end up covering it up with dial. End up doing that anyway. Ah, well. Again, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to go in with the shift key and tap in there. And that should give me an extra control point to move that out. Same thing here. Move this control point out. There we go. Rule of thumb, you don't put the tail on the follow-up bubble. This is a follow-up bubble, right? maybe it should be. And a little more complicated. I'm trying to get a lot of words in here in a panel that doesn't have a lot of words. So, or that doesn't have a lot of space. But I can also fix some of this stuff. So now we go down in here and let's do this. Now, what are we doing? Get that down, over, this down, and this down. I'll bring that to there. I can bring this out to here, like so. And put this thing over this. And then I can bring this balloon down to here. We're just, man, we're having a problem with this. Dang it. I'm gonna move this balloon over here because it's a pain in the butt.
The front door is open.
Yeah, front door is open. Yeah, all I want. Phew. That took a lot of effort. Sometimes the vector stuff is great. Sometimes the vector stuff is a pain in the butt. So we want to use two balloons to indicate we have two different thoughts there. So we have to use two balloons for this. So we're going to use this balloon to indicate. Oh man, I haven't separated that out yet. Use this balloon to indicate the first thought, where I check for a mechanical error and the ship is sound. I also double check Lieutenant Legends and Sergeant Better Spec's numbers, and I can't see anything wrong. Right? And then he says, I mean, we are all people, but the chances that all three of us made the same error, dot, dot, dot. It is a wall of text, but it is important. And there's more he needs to say here. Whoa. Okay, what was our name for these guys? I'm going to save this page. Then we're going to go find what that stupid. There's an instruction somewhere. Maybe it's. Did I write it here or did we write it elsewhere? in the margins. I feel like we wrote it in the margins of the master file. So let's go back and look. At the master file. Maybe for lunch. Silicates. That's what they call it. All ship control systems are green. Hello, Skipper. Engineering has completed securing from in-space. All computer systems are online. Also, all Najor and Silicate crew are awake and have reported for duty. All ship control systems are green. There we go. That sounds like a perfectly reasonable report. Good job. Good job, Ensign Kane. The ensign is notorious for I'll clean that up later. That's an error that I made that I'm not really trying to, not that worried about. All right. Hello, Skipper Engineering has completed securing from in-space all computer systems around the so all nature consulting crew are awake and all ship control systems are green. Thank you, Ensign. Yes, sir. I checked the mechanical error and the ship is sound. I also double-checked the Lieutenant Legend and Sergeant Better Specs numbers, and I can't see anything wrong. I mean, we are all people. However, the chances that all three of us have made the same error. It'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? There we go. Now I've gotten her to say the actual words that we've been meaning to say. So an entire planet has just jumped tens of thousands of kilometers. What the hell is going on in this system? Right? That makes sense. Right. Well, that's one of the subplots with Navin, is that he wants to be a pilot. He loves the idea of being an in-space pilot, but he can't. So I'm going to take this guy. One of the only problems that I have is that I mean, we're all people, however, the chances that all three of us make the same error are slim. So an entire planet has just jumped tens of thousands of kilometers. the hell's going on in this system? Let's go on ahead and drop that. Balls to the bottom here. We'll put it at the bottom of that entire thing. All right, Ensign, let's find out. Throw the ball at 15 Gs, press to 0.25 C. ISER ball is set to 15 Gs, press to 0.25 C. Helm set to chase, 0 degrees up angle, 090 across the equipment deck. Doesn't that just make you get like goosebumps? When a starship actually like starts doing its thing and things start like starshipping. I like the fact also that Chang gives the order to set the ball, but then Bennett sets the order to chase for the helm. No, she doesn't. You know what she says? Wait. This is good. Let me save this and clear out of this page. Let's go ahead and fix this page up, shall we? Oh, we needed that guy, didn't we? What happened? That's all right. Because you're not wrong. Let's go through here. Let's get all the technicals on this. I'm going to go into this panel. If you turn off this and this, do this and go. There we go. My one PG-13 comment. Right here. Just for you. because nobody actually says these things unless we are in some sort of situation. Yep. It's because I want to level it up. It's like, what the hell is going on here? I don't know. This is kind of weird. This is weird. But then whenever you see they drop below the cloud cover and she says, fuck me, you're like, oh, 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 oh. Like, we haven't used bad words yet. And now, bam. And that means, dude, McDuty pants, dude. Like, serious. I should put in, because like we are almost done with this entire page at this point in time. Right, exactly. I should add. Movement control, if you can hear us, it's FS1 or 510 heavy on final. Approach altitude is none. Approach vector to the beacon is 030. Clearing local airspace, no local traffic. Dropping below the cloud cover now. I think it's important to note that these communication bubbles are hard. Oh, you know what? I have communication bubbles. I have literally have them as a thingy thing. Where's the thingy things? Where are our thingy things anyway? Does anybody know? Manga materials, effect balloons. That's what we're looking for. Announcement. Hi. I'm going to put you inside this announcement bubble. Oh, that's nice. That's not what I wanted you to do, ever. Over here, before we do this, put this in an announcement bubble. Work. There we go. That's that. Announcement bubble. Really? Hard. I'm stupid. So we'll fix it. Yeah, we might as well finish up the page. We're here. All right. You can go back to sleep now. If we need it again, we will get it again. So we'll take the tools we need for this. So away that. Let's shrink that. We'll finish up the page here while we're at it. Nope. There's probably a way to do this that's a little bit more efficient. However, we're just kind of we're already here and we're already kind of doing it, so we're just going to go with it. There we go. Moment control, if you can hear us, this is FS510 heavy on final approach. Altitude is nominal. Approach vector to the beacon is 030. So my mother was a person who didn't use language except when she wanted to make a very solid point. And I tend to track that same feeling in myself. I feel like people who use language all the time end up taking the power away from it. And so I tend to write the same way. I don't have a problem with language at all, but they're going to use it targeted. It's going to be targeted. So save. All right. Page done. We'll still have to do one more thing. After this is done, we still have to do all the toning and things like that. But that requires me to take it out of vector mode. All of the artwork has to go out of vector mode. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go on ahead and print a pre version of it so that we can have my partner look it over and she can check to make sure that everything is good and solid, and that's fine. So we will do that. Like this page here shouldn't be that hard. We have another general quarters call, and I feel like that should be a different room up here. And this is like a Ford torpedo bay or something like that. There isn't a torpedo bay. The torpedo runners are right here in the wings. So the bays load sideways. So torpedo bay is probably not what we're looking for. But she's not calling for battle station. She's calling for general quarters. We're going to get a different. We get a scene later on in. We get a scene later on in issue 2 where she calls battle stations, and that'll be a different monster. So what I think we'll do is we'll call general quarters, and this says standby Marines and medical. I think what we'll do here is have our first shot of the medical lab, which we will build for this last scene. These last 3 pages, we need to build a medical lab for that. So that'll be quick to build, not quick to build. We still need to do the ground on moment here. Yeah, yellow alert versus red alert. But the difference here is general quarters means secure your stations, make sure fire teams are ready, things like that. Damage control. Put yourself in a position where you're buckled in case something nasty goes on. Nasty happens. Battle stations is different. That's arm the weapons and secure your station and set damage control and your water teams and things like that. Everybody's prepping for not only are we prepping for something bad to happen, but we're also prepping to get into a fight. So they'll power up the maser ports, the torpedo bays will flood, or in this case they'll space the torpedo bays, and stuff like that. Load a torpedo into each one of the bays. Prep the missile pods in case we need to launch missiles, things like that. The QuaCk and indeed all Unity spacecraft have 3 different weapon systems. They've got these forward maser ports here and here. At least the QuaCk does. And then she has 4 torpedo tubes on either side, which go forward, and they come right over the wing. And then there are 2 missile bays, which are back here, which launch vertical missiles. The missiles are for, usually, depending on what the missile load is, depending on what the mission is. In the case of the QuaCk, they're chaff missiles, so they're designed to take out torpedoes. And that's their major mission statement. So those are the 3 main weapon systems we've got going on there. So. All right, what else do we have here that we could do? Kind of looking at this page too, I want to start kind of building in what's going on this page, because we've got to finish the dialogue here to fit this in. And since we're in a dialogue mood and we have only 10 minutes left in the show, dialogue seems like a good thing. I'll start here with we wait. Okay, we have all of our numbers. Where are our numbers? So. We estimate. This is going to be hard, but we're going to try to find a place where it doesn't conflict with Better Spec's finger. The front door has been opened.
The front door is open.
I don't know what to do. He's in the middle of his report. Physics shows the waves were at least 10.4 million kilometers long from our maps. There we go. That sounds perfectly reasonable and excessively techy like it should be. Maybe it's the waves are off. Our shows maps are off by at least 10.5 meters. Oh, updated. Oh, come on, Carlton. See, if you use words like just, it makes it sound like this literally happened a minute ago. Real quick. Let's change her mouth so she's talking. Nope. What is my problem? That's not right, but that's all right. We'll still know how to fix it. It's going to drive me crazy. There we go. There we go. And that's that. With the exception of toning, this page is complete with words. And now we have 21. My 20 is not that hard either. That's why I'm putting it. Right, done page. We got a couple of them now, complete with text. Pretty good too. And we're going ahead and put that in. The reason we fell off the brain was because the gravity weight of the planet was in the wrong place. Gravitic shore maps are off by at least 10.4 million kilometers. Are our maps out of date? No, sir. Just updated them at halt and hold. This is really strange. Instant payment includes reports of the bridge. It does. And we have Hello, Skipper. Engineering has completed securing from in space. All computer systems are online. Also, all major and slow computer are awake and have reported for duty. All ships control systems are green. Thank you, Vincent. You've been following the situation? Yes, sir. I checked for mechanical error and the ship is sound. I also double-checked Lieutenant Legend and Sergeant Betterspec's numbers, and I can't see anything wrong. I mean, we're all people, however. The chances that all three of us have made the same error are slim. So an entire planet has just jumped tens of thousands of kilometers. What the hell is going on in this system? All right, let's find out. Throw the ball at 15 Gs. Press to 0.25 G. C. Aye, sir. Ball set to 15 Gs. Press to 25 Z. C. Helm set to chase. 0 degrees up angle. 090 across the click. Here we go. That sounds perfectly geeky. I like it. It all sounds suitably geeky. I also think the helmsman's head is a Y shape and the doctor's is going to be a T shape. That way we can tell the difference between the doctor and the helmsman, who is also apparently a major. So, okay. We're actually cooking along. Look at that. We've got a lot of this under control at this point in time. Look at how much work we've done here. We actually could go in and put text in some of these and finish them up too. Text bubble. We could have a text bubble day. Maybe tonight will be text bubble night after Geek Tank. It'll be text bubble night. We'll put in the text bubbles on everything, and then that will be an interesting thing. I don't want to put text bubbles in on areas where they don't have but I mean, this is better spec in the page 24 is better spec in the in Pilot House, so should be an easy fix. Somewhere we need to fix a Justine. We need to make the Justine so that we can put them into the system, because otherwise we don't have any Justine crew members, and I want to show that there are many crew members here, not just different types of crew members. So okay, that's it for me for the day. I'm just going to leave this running. I will see you all tonight. Brent, my good man, I'll see you tonight. And I think that's it. I think we're out. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.